So, since I started YouTube all these years ago, literally 10 years ago, and throughout the years, I've been offered some pretty cool stuff like brand deals and sponsorship deals, and, companies want to work with me and stuff, which is really cool. And I've gotten to work with some really cool companies that I've always wanted to work with. But there's also been some weird situations where people approach me and offer to pay me to promote stuff I don't want to promote or do stuff I don't want to do. And I've always said no to these things because I ain't no sellout. And today's story time is about one of the funniest offers I've ever gotten for money. And it kind of involves you guys too, so I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's get into it. So today's story time all takes place when I was 18 years old. Now, at this point, I was living in California, but I also had my place back in New York still, so I was able to kind of go back and forth. And I was home in New York visiting for like 2 or 3 weeks, and like any other time when I was visiting, I hung out with a lot of my friends, caught up with people, went to a couple of the clubs here. Most of the clubs in my area do this thing called teen night, and it's not like if you're 16 you can go to a club. That's definitely not the case, but if you're like 18 or older, they let you go. And obviously you can't drink or anything, but you are allowed to like be in the club with your friends as long as they're all 18 or older. So yeah, on one of the Thursdays where I was home in New York, one of my friends hit me up and he was like, yo, we're going to the teen night tonight at this club, do you want to come with? And I thought it was kind of stupid. I was like, we're going to a club and we're just going to listen to loud music and like just sit there and not be able to hear each other talk. And he's like, yeah, pretty much. And I was like, well, I got nothing else going on. Why not? So like an hour later, my friends pulled up to my house. I was all ready to go. They picked me up. They brought me to this club. And just as I expected, we walked in there and it was a shit show. It was really loud, really crowded. Couldn't hear anything but the music. Couldn't talk to each other. We weren't old enough to drink, so we couldn't do that. We were just like sitting there in the corner of this club trying to talk to each other and have fun, but it really was not that fun. Now, about an hour into being at this club, I noticed there was a group of people on the other side of the club that kept staring at us, which I found to be kind of weird. It was like 2 guys and 2 girls, and they just kept looking over at our corner and kind of staring at us and like eyeing us down essentially. And I couldn't tell if it was like they were staring at us because they didn't like us kind of stare, or it was like they were staring at us because they wanted to be friends with us kind of stare. You know what I mean? So eventually, my friends and me all kind of were like, all right, this is creepy. They keep staring at us and looking over here. Like, let's just call them over. So my friend waved them down and like told them to come over here. And like a few seconds later, they were on their way over. They walked over. Immediately, one of the dudes came over to me, and immediately he just goes, yo, I know who you are. And that kind of made me realize, okay, like they're friendly. Like they know me from YouTube. That's awesome. So I was like, oh, cool, dude. Like you watch the videos? He was like, yeah, bro, I watch a bunch of them. I've been watching them for a minute. He's like, yo, my favorite one is about you setting your house on fire when you were a kid. And I'm pretty sure that's one of my first ever videos, if not my first ever video. And I was like, bro, you like that? He's like, yeah, dude, it was great. I was like, bro, I sound like a squeaky toy in that video. My voice is cracking every 5 seconds. He's like, I know, man. That's why I love it. Like seeing the progression from then to now is crazy. And I was like, hey, I appreciate that, dude, for real. And he's like, yo, so I have a proposal for you. And I've been meaning to come over here and ask you, but I was kind of scared. And I was like, sure, dude, like, let's hear it. Now, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what he was about to offer me. But then this guy goes, so how does $5,000 sound? And I was like, great. $5,000's a lot of money, dude. Like, what do you want to pay me $5,000 to do? Like, would I be promoting something? Like, what do you want me to do? And he was like, yeah, so it'd be a promotional video, right? I would want you to promote my music. And I was like, you make music? He's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, listen, dude, I don't typically take money to shout out people's music or YouTube channels, but I'll make you a deal. Give me your Spotify right now. When I go home later, I'm going to listen to your music. And if I like it and I think it's sweet, then maybe I'll just use it for free, dude. Because like, I don't really want to take your money for promoting music. I don't really do that. He's like, nah, dude, like, no, I insist. Like, I have a really good job. I make a lot of money every year. Like, you're my favorite YouTuber, bro. I have no problem paying you to promote my stuff. And I was like, all right, man, like, I'll think about it. I don't really do stuff like that usually, but I'll think about it. He's like, bro, would $10,000 change your mind? And I'm sitting there in my head thinking like, yo, this dude's got a lot of damn money. Like, holy shit. And I was like, bro, it's not really about the money. Like, I just don't typically do stuff like that on my channel. I usually just, if I like the music, I promote it for free. And I promise you, I will listen to your music when I get home. And like, if it's dope, dude, I'll just use it in my outro for free. You don't have to pay me. He's like, nah, man, like, I don't even want that. I want like a specific method of promo done for my song. And I was like, okay, like, what do you want me to do? And he was like, all right, so here's what I'm thinking, right? So after I pay you, like, we link up together and we tell a story together about us, like, driving down the road one night and we get carjacked. And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, bro, like, me and you, we tell the story, we like do it together like a dual commentary, and then like at the end we promote my music. And I was like, sure, dude, like if we were friends and like we had a story to tell together, I would certainly do that for you, but like I don't even know you. I don't have a story to tell like about you or with you. And he was like, dude, just make one up. And I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, can't you do that? It's like, gotta be easy to do that, right? And I was like, I don't want to do that. And he's like, why not, bro? It'd be easy. And like, that would get people to listen to my music and that would make it worth paying you. And I was like, dude, honestly, I think you should probably like check out somebody else to do this for you because I don't think I want to do that. And he was like, bro, come on, like 10 G's? You're turning down 10 G's right now. It's like the easiest 10 G's of your life, bro. All you have to do is shout me out. And I was like, no, that's not all I have to do. You just told me you wanted me to make a dual commentary with you and tell a fake story with you and all this stuff. And like, I don't want to do that. I don't do that. Maybe somebody else does though. So go ask another YouTuber online or something. And he was like, dude, honestly, I thought you'd be different, but I'm disappointed. And I was like, I'm very sorry to hear that, man. And in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, fuck this dude. Disappointed because I have morals when it comes to taking money for stuff. So he ends up walking away, right? He gets all angry and he walks away from me with his friends. And I'm just talking to my friends after that about what happened and just like chilling there. And I look up like, I don't know, 10 minutes later or so across the club. And I see him staring at me with his friends again, just giving me a real dirty look this time, even weirder than before. And he throws up his middle finger at me. He throws the finger at me and says, fuck you. He like mouthed the word, fuck you, after he threw his finger up at me. And dude, I didn't even want to deal with it anymore. I was just like, you know what? I'm out of here. Let's just leave. And I started walking away, right? I'm like, I'm not going to deal with this right now. I just want to get out of this club. This shit sucks. So me and all my friends are leaving, right? And I'm walking out. And as I'm leaving, I hear, yo, Austin, where are you going? And I turn around. And it's my homie from high school, my friend Anthony. And I was like, yo, what's up, dude? Long time no see. He's like, bro, I thought you moved to LA. Like, where you been? And I was like, yeah, I live out there and I kind of come back here, like back and forth. So I'm always around. And he was like, dude, like, are you leaving? And I was like, yeah, I think so. He's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I just got here. I'm DJing tonight. I was like, you DJ? He's like, yeah. And he's like, just stick around, bro. Like, please, like, you can come in the DJ section, like the little booth thing. You'll be good. And I was like, all right, man, sure. And he's like, are you good? You seem kind of like pissed off. And I was like, nah, man, you didn't do anything. Like, nah, you're good. And he's like, yeah, but like, are you mad about something? And I was like, yeah, this dude over there was like talking shit. And he was like, who? And I pointed him out and he goes, nah, that ain't happening. Follow me. So Anthony leads me and all my friends to the DJ booth and he gets behind the DJ like turntables or whatever. And we're all back there with him. And he gets on the mic and he goes, excuse me, you. And he points right at the dude that flipped me off and was being a dick. And he's like, get the fuck out of my club. And once again, this dude gets angry again. And he throws up his finger at me and my friend, the DJ, Anthony. And he mouths the words, I'm not leaving. And Anthony gets on the mic again. And he's like, oh, you're not? We'll see about that. I don't think you know who I am here. And he goes, security, get him the fuck out. And bro, 2 security guards, like out of nowhere, go up to this dude, pick him up like he's a fucking baby, and walked his ass out of the club. And I was like, yo, this club must really like Anthony and like love his DJing, because the fact he just like made a demand and they did it, that's crazy. And I talked to him a little bit afterwards. He was like, yeah, bro, I've been working here for years. Like, they trust me when I say someone's being bad. They kick him out. So Anthony got this dude kicked out of the club and completely just removed him from the club. And the funniest part about all of this is when the security guards carried that guy out, his friends, like the other guy and the 2 girls, didn't follow. They stayed in the club and just let him get carried out and just pretty much ditched his ass and stayed in the club. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. The rest of that night was actually a lot of fun. And, I enjoyed it a lot more because Anthony pulled up, so that was cool. And the rest of it was just cool. It was fun. Now, I know some people will probably go in the comments and be like, dude, 10 grand just to tell a fake story with some random guy? Like, that's a lot of money. And listen, I get it. That is a lot of money. That's life-changing money for a lot of people. And I understand that. But also, like I said earlier in the beginning of the video, I ain't no sellout. So if I get offered money to do something I don't want to do, I don't care how much it is, I'm not fucking doing it. Now, if he came up to me and was like, yo, man, I want to give you 10 grand to promote this company I work with. It's like an energy drink, or like it's like a chocolate company. We make chocolate bars. You know what I mean? Like something that I enjoy. And it was like a real company with like real money and like actually was looking for promotion. I probably would have done it because that's a whole different story. But this was just like some club Chad offering me money that I didn't even know if he had or not. Like throwing money in my face, essentially being like, yo, I want you to pretend like you're my friend on camera and promote my music. It just seemed very fake, and I didn't want to lie to my audience, pretend like I was friends with this guy and tell some fake story and like, you know, just not be real. So yeah, morals over money. That is the moral to this story. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. I don't know where that guy's at today. Hopefully he's doing well and not so toxic. And yeah, feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys all later. Peace.
I'm in a bad mood, I can see it today. I remember all my friends and now I'm all that remains. I got some bad news, gotta go, I can't stay. Yeah, this place I call the home is slowly falling